Heavens stretch overhead, wispy pearlescent strokes scattered across a cerulean veil. But something moves against the sky, much too large for a bird, too misshapen for a plane. In fact, it's unlike anything you've ever seen. So, you assume it's a mirage, your mind confusing the light and ivory plumes for something else. Clouds practically still, but it moves again. You freeze, trembling, as pressure builds behind the ribs and breathing falters. You ask, what am I looking at? It seems distant. The light, the silhouette. You watch, trying to make sense of it, suspended against the vastness overhead, and shifting. Panic settles into uncertainty, then fascination. Now you're cemented, glued to the sight, long after you meant to walk away. Then, in a flash, it's gone. Again and again you replay the experience, but an explanation eludes you. People have been spellbound by anomalous lights, shapes, and objects of the sky. That's why so many have devoted their lives searching for the meaning behind it all. Tonight, we're looking up and learning about the psychology, history, and mystery of sky watching. I'm your host, Melissa Nunes, and welcome to Candidly Cryptic, your source for all things strange, spooky, and unexplained. Your neck strains as you tilt your head towards darkened skies. The cold evening breeze nips at your cheeks, and the cosmos hangs heavily above, endless, swallowing you whole. It feels less like staring into the distance and more like falling upward. However, this experience isn't unique to you. According to modern psychology, this phenomenon may be deeply rooted in the way our brains work. Those studying pareidolia found that people often identify patterns in ambiguous information, from shapes in the clouds to strangers in the shadows. Even NASA has discussed this phenomenon, noting just how many assign shapes to celestial imagery in natural landscapes. Researchers suggest this response may be adaptive. When the world doesn't look the way we expect it to, we may register this as a threat, and sometimes a false alarm is safer than failing to notice the real danger. And where better to challenge the ambiguity, where certainty is often in short supply, where distance distorts and light deceives. This vast, unpredictable, and ever-changing backdrop is the perfect canvas for human imagination. And some reports have become so important, they changed history. 9 saucers were spotted, skipping across water. Moving rapidly past the landscape, the description would dominate headlines, seizing hearts and minds nationwide. June 24th, 1947, this report came from private pilot Kenneth Arnold, who was flying near Mount Rainier in Washington. Quickly, this encounter ushered in a new era of pop culture, of flying saucers. It became one of the most influential sky sightings in modern history. The Smithsonian's National Air and Space Museum identifies Arnold's sightings as a pivotal moment, the beginning of the modern UFO. And more than the mystery, Kenneth Arnold's sighting introduced a new language, a new way of interpreting the unknown.
An ordinary man in an ordinary street in America. But this man started the 1947 wave of sightings that swept the world when he claimed to have seen from his mountain rescue plane 9 disc-like objects, roughly 45 miles away, flying at a speed of approximately 1,500 miles per hour near Mount Rainier, Oregon.
Celestial omens became flying saucers, or extraterrestrial, and once the public caught hold, reports multiplied. Whether it was confusion, atmospheric phenomena, or something else remains debated. But the sky had become a place of possibility, and possibility is powerful. But long before flying saucers, UFO reports, and alien invasion laced cinema, humans were already looking up, searching for meaning. And in early history, the sky was a messenger. Strange events, comets, eclipses, and meteor showers carried significance, often as signs of change, whether that be disaster or opportunity, just things yet to come. And while details changed, the instinct remained. People wanted an explanation, and where there was none, stories filled the void. Because uncertainty has always been uncomfortable, and few things are more uncertain than the sky. In 1958, psychiatrist Carl Jung published a book titled The Flying Saucers, A Modern Myth of Things Seen in the Skies. Unlike the many in pursuit of solving the mystery, he had a different question. Why were so many captivated by it? Jung argued that flying saucers had become a kind of modern mythology, a symbolic image where people projected their fears, hopes, and anxieties. He didn't care whether these objects were genuine, psychological, or something in between. Only the fascination itself. And it reveals something important. What happens in the sky sometimes reflects what's happening on the ground. A sighting, a momentary encounter, brilliant lights moving across the sky. Then they fade and give way to something stranger. Flashes of the mountain, now all around him. He sketches it, builds it from mashed potatoes, recreating it again and again.
I know this sounds crazy, but ever since yesterday on the road, I've been seeing this shape. Shaving cream, pillows. This means something. This is important.
Obsession, questions, and overwhelm follow. Rory Neary cannot let the experience go. The mystery reshapes his life. Few films capture the fascination better than Close Encounters of the Third Kind, a reaction that mirrors countless others throughout UFO history. Seeing something with no hope of understanding what it was. In fact, Steven Spielberg later described the film as being about insatiable curiosity. Lights lingering from a cornfield, footsteps rustling through rows of towering stalks, a lone figure, frozen, on a distant rooftop. Science approaches the mystery differently, not based on a single event, but an accumulation of them, patterns taking shape, or appearing to. The film questions what psychologists still explore today. How much information do we need before we decide something is meaningful? The same instinct that helps us recognize patterns can lead us to draw conclusions that aren't really there. But what about those genuine patterns? To understand the world around us, it comes down to distinguishing the truth from coincidence. M. Night Shyamalan has noted that the script blended old ideas to create a story about a crisis of faith, where the aliens represent inner demons.
So what you have to ask yourself is, what kind of person are you? Are you the kind that sees signs, sees miracles? Or do you believe that people just get lucky? Or look at the question this way. Is it possible that there are no coincidences?
Horses pawing, pacing, loudly nickering and whinnying. Birds stop cooing, and the earth swallows the air as the wind dies. Still clouds billow above, a silver darts behind them, quick, almost too quick, just catching your eye. And before you could think, there it is again, in a flash, zooming across. You've seen it before, and now you're sure this thing was never simply watching. It was feeding. And note, Jordan Peele begins with something all too familiar, something strange in the sky, something impossible to explain.
It's in a cloud. It's in a cloud.
OJ! It's in a cloud!
But unlike many UFO stories, the mystery isn't technological. It's primal. Not a machine, not a spacecraft, an animal, a predator, hiding in plain sight, hunting and territorial.
He's big. He's bad. And he's got a lot of spirit. But anything with spirit can get broke.
The film taps into something far older than science fiction. We may be watching the skies, but we too are being watched. The fear, the realization that our attention can place us in danger. In many ways, Nope turns the classic UFO story inside out. Thousands of years, and still we find ourselves looking up. We found gods, omens, constellations, comets, flying saucers, aliens, and sometimes nothing at all. But we continue to look. The sky, vast and uncertain, a place where answers feel possible, and the possibilities are endless. So the next time you look towards the stars, watching the constellations drift across the darkness, and catch a flicker out of the corner of your eye. A light, too bright, too fast, too deliberate to ignore. Pause for a moment and know you're not the first to search for meaning there. It certainly won't be the last. Thanks for tuning in on another episode of Kindly Cryptic. If you enjoy all things strange, spooky, and unexplained, please follow for more.